Hey guys, how's it going? So it's Mo again. Welcome back to my blog this week. So the idea for this week is that we were assigned to discuss our top 10 inventions of all time. And so if you look at my blog, I'm sorry, I'm going to be referring here because I have like a nice little monitor here where I have my top 10 inventions that I'm kind of referring to. And so if you look at my blog, you'll notice that there are some little slides that I put together, and then if you really can't read the descriptions in them, I included the text underneath so that it would be easier for you to read. So with regards to my top 10 inventions, just to be succinct, I'm just going to talk briefly about each invention, give you my 2 cents as to why I think that this deserves to be in my top 10. And I encourage creative discussion. Feel free to agree, disagree, whatever it is by commenting on my blog. So number one for me, and this is in no particular order, but number one for me was the internet. We have so much information out there, and the internet has made it that much easier to access all of it. And if you just think about, the level of knowledge that is expected from like students and their book reports and things like that, to just people doing research, it's made the world a much smaller place through social media, and it's made the world a much smarter place by leaving the information out there for everyone to see, and we're able to process this information much faster because of things like Google, and the World Wide Web has just made the world just a much better place to be. Second would be the wheel. Very simple invention, invented a long time ago. We're talking like the BC era. Like, we don't even know for sure when it was invented, but the wheel made transportation easier, and it really helped join communities that wouldn't have been joined before. It catalyzed trade by allowing people to, take their goods and supplies and travel across countries in order to exchange them for things that they might need in areas they live in. So makes the world a smaller place, encourages trade. Wheel is awesome. My third invention would be refrigeration. Not only has it increased the lifetime of a lot of the foods that we eat, it's something we take for granted now every single day, but it's also really important for a lot of health concerns. One, by allowing you to keep your food longer without having bacteria grow inside of your food, and two, by allowing doctors to do things like harvest organs and things like that, where you need to keep things like that cold, body parts cold in order to do transplants and things that are similar to that. My fourth invention would be the television. I love watching TV. I watch lots and lots of TV. I can't even begin to describe to you the amount of shows that I watch right now. But in addition to just the entertainment factor that television provides, you also have to take into account the fact that, it's a good source of news for a lot of people. It's a great source of weather for a lot of people. And it allows people to really resonate with the content they are viewing because of the fact that a lot of the times it's very realistic. And so you'll see real people on TV, you're able to resonate with that, and you're able to see things that you would not have been able to otherwise see. Sorry, I'm looking over here because I have like a little TV right here next to my computer. Fifth, penicillin, kind of goes without saying. It was actually accidentally discovered in 1928, but really great invention because of the fact that it's been able to cure a lot of, or like treat a lot of diseases that were previously deemed untreatable. And it was very, very useful during World War II. I talk a little bit about it in my blog if you want to learn more about that. The airplane, number 6. If the car made the world a smaller place, and the airplane made it minuscule, because we are truly a global community now, and a lot of that is largely due to the fact that the airplane has made it so much easier to travel across the world, in a matter of days. And so, obviously, there's that, and the airplane was also very useful, especially in World War II. We look at Pearl Harbor, we look at things like that. The airplane became a very useful war weapon as well, in addition to the fact that it's obviously useful for transportation. Number 7 is the cotton gin. Man, so this can basically be, in addition to like the functionality of it, by making cotton that much easier to process, it also had a large social impact in terms of starting slavery, or slavery as we know it today. Once the cotton gin was invented, slaves became much, much more in demand, and this kind of started King Cotton down in the South, which we learn about in our U.S. history classes. And number 8, the telephone. Obviously, very useful invention. I'm talking about like the standard telephone, but I mean nowadays we have things like our cell phones, but it all started with the telephone, right? The ability to communicate with people without having to send them written letters. You're able to do so in a short period of time than you could before. Very, very useful invention. I think it speaks for itself. Number 9, the automobile. So kind of along with the wheel, the automobile was the vehicle that allowed you to automatically move, whatever you were transporting uh, via a gas combustion engine, as it kind of eventually went out after there were a few engine options. Um, but obviously, we all drive cars today. You know, most people, most households in the United States and across the world for that matter, but just specifically the United States, have at least one car. It's kind of a must to have a car. And then finally, similarly to the telephone, I put the smartphone, but the smartphone's kind of like a different beast because of the fact that it has so many other applications other than just calling, and just texting as well. Like the smartphone allows you to check your email, watch videos for entertainment, has like applications that have utilities such as calculator, compass, timer, things like that. So it's really become arguably the handiest utility there is today. And I really look forward to seeing how it's going to evolve in the future. Sorry, I know this was a little lengthy, but I appreciate you guys listening to me speak today, and hope to see you all on my blog next week.